Mr. Ruth, you can start now, please. Mr. Ruth, I'm going to start your time in a second if you...
Just so you can see what I'm referring to in my...
All right, I'm starting the clock, Mr. Ruth. You can start speaking when you're ready.
All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. What I'm handing out now is it's a notification from the New York State DOT stating how the New York State Legislature excluded the information obtained by the Red Light Camera program from public disclosure. And if you look at the second page on, and we know that the accident data from the Red Light Camera program, which just came out from 2015, has not been released. So on the second page, you can see where it discusses the engineer's signature and seal and what it's pertaining to and why it would be on a document or a plan. It says, it concerns the governing codes applicable at the time of submission. And it states that something is conforming with the reasonable standards of practice with the view of the safeguarding of life, health, property, and public welfare. So when I say that these red light cameras nor the traffic signals in our intersections haven't been signed and sealed by professional engineers, that's because you're disregarding the welfare, the life, health, and property of your constituents. And I've been stating this for over a year now, that there's no signed signatures of engineers and seals of professional engineers, not only on the cameras, but the traffic signals throughout the county, especially in those where people are getting loss of life. It's more concerning, because all this negligence falls back on the county. There's no engineer signatures and sign and license numbers, which is in regards to the lack of welfare for our life, health, and property. On the third page, you see the DOT FOIL request recognition, where it says a diligent search of the files failed to reveal any signed engineer sealed drawings. And on 3-5, it says signal plans and timing records are attached. It says a diligent search of the files failed to reveal any engineer signed sealed drawings for the signal plans of the lights as well as the installation plans for the cameras. And this is on the last intersection where the boy got killed in Miller Place, which you guys knew about before he died, because I said it 12.5 times. Now, in regards to the signatures of engineers, this is the last page, page number 4, is from the New York State Department of Education and Engineering, where it states that you would want an engineer's signature in the evaluation, planning, or designing of engineering works and systems. Engineering surveys, which you have in intersections, there's surveys that should be signed and sealed by professional engineers, but they're not. And the oversight of the purposes of determining if work is proceeding in compliance with drawings and specifications, like signal timing, where we know we have short yellow lights. Well, the reason why no engineers are signing off is because they wouldn't put their signature on that, because they would be the responsible charge for engineering malpractice or loss of life in these intersections. So please, everyone, I've given you all the evidence I could possibly give you in the same intersections where people are getting killed. Does anybody have any questions?
Mr. Ruth, your time is up, and we're not having. There's no back and forth during the public portion of the general meeting.
I would just like to ask council to look into this, please. This seems. Thank you. As well, on the record.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Ruth. Our next speaker is Peter Akras, followed by